So dear students, today we are going to learn a new topic from your 6th standard science textbook, chapter 9, the living organism, characteristics and its habitat. Okay, so in this chapter you will be dealing with different types of habitats as well as the what are the characteristics of living things. Okay, so first we will move on to the characteristics of living organism. Okay. So, when we look around, we can observe so many things, right? When we look around, we can see so many things. Which and all we can see? Which type of things we can see? We can see living things are there as well as non-living things are there, right? Non-living things. So when we look around, we can observe living things and non-living things. So I will write some example for living things. What are the example for living things? Plants, animals, microorganisms are example for living things, right? Plants, animals, microorganisms are living things, right? And what are the non-living things? That soil is a non-living thing, water is a non-living thing, air is a non-living thing, and whatever the vehicles or mountains, these all are non-living things, right? So how you can say some things are living and some things are non-living? These things have some common factors and these things also have some common factors, right? So we will say these things as living things because they have life. They have life, right? These have life, but these things do not have life. And how we can say these have life? Because they need food, then they grow, then they respire or they breathe, then they respond to external stimuli and they reproduce, then they excrete, etc., right? But none of these functions are carried by these things. That's why we call it as non-living things, and these things have all these functions. So we can say it as these as living things. Okay. So characteristics of living organism, they need food, they grow, they breathe, they respond, they reproduce, they excrete. Okay. So first we will discuss about food. Okay. So all living organisms require food. So first point we can write, all organisms require food, because we know that food is the source of energy which provide us energy for doing activities, right? So it is very essential for a living organism to have food. Okay, so what and all we are getting through the food? All the nutrients. Which and all are the nutrients? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, water, roughage. Right. So we are getting all these elements from the food. So it is, these all are very essential for our life. These all are very essential for a living organisms. Right. So food is required to get energy. Okay, so it provides energy. These food items, these food contain these nutrients which help us to provide energy, also help us for the body building, then help the living organism to fight against diseases, right? For repairing we require these nutrients. For getting these nutrients we have to consume the food. So food is the source of energy. It is the source of energy. And we know that plants prepare their food through the process called photosynthesis. And how the animals are getting their food? Animals depend upon the plants as well as they depend upon animals. That we call it as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, right? So based on the feeding habit, these animals are classified into herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. So they directly depends upon the, some animals directly depends upon the plants. Some animals directly depends upon the plants for food, whereas some animals depends upon the other animals. So they are carnivores and omnivores. So these are included in the food. So what and all we discussed? All organisms require the food. Why they require the food? To get the energy. As well as these animals or as well as this living organism getting all the nutrients from the food. Okay, so food is the source of energy. And what and all are getting from the food? That is carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, water, fish. These all are getting through the food, and they provide the energy, and they help us for the body building. They help us for the fight against the diseases. They help us for repairing. Okay, repairing the damaged tissues or damaged parts. Okay. So in the case of plants, they get their food by the process called photosynthesis. And you know that what is photosynthesis? Preparation of food in the leaves, right, by the green plants. And animals, how they are getting their food? The herbivores directly depends upon the plants, whereas carnivores and omnivores, these carnivores depends upon the animals, omnivores depends upon the animals and the plants. Okay. Next characteristics of living organism is growth. So all living organisms grow. All living organisms grow. So when we take plants as an example, plants, seed, then germination occurs, then to seedling, then to a plant, and sometimes it may become trees, sometimes it may become herbs or shrubs or trees or creepers or climbers, right, in the case of plants. So they are developing or they are growing, right, they are growing. In the case of animals also, they are growing, right. So growth is an essential characteristics of living organism. Okay, so food and growth both are the important characteristics of a living organism. Next one is respiration. So respiration is very essential for a living organism, because by the process called respiration, these organisms are making energy. Organisms make energy. Okay, how they are making energy? That is, they will inhale oxygen and through the food they are getting the glucose. So and through this oxygen is getting through the inhalation, and they will get the glucose and it will be given into our cell. Inside our body, it is made up of, our body is made up of cells, so it is all happening inside the cell. So oxygen and glucose will be given into our cell. From there they will make energy and carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this CO2 or this carbon dioxide is we are exhaling out. Okay, so we are inhaling oxygen into our body, and that oxygen will be utilized by our body to produce the energy. Then after producing the energy, what happens? Carbon dioxide and water will be produced, and these are the waste product of our body, and it will be removed through the exhalation. So simply we can say breathing is a part of respiration. Breathing is a part of respiration. Okay, why? Because breathing means inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. So it comes in the respiration process. So actually what is happening in respiration? When we inhale the oxygen by the process called breathing, it will be given into our body, and from there it will use to make the energy, and waste product also produced, and this waste product is exhaling as CO2. So we can say breathing is a part of respiration. Okay, so respiration is very essential for all the living organisms, because all the living organisms require the energy. All organisms require energy for the work. Okay. So, when we say about the breathing process, it is different in different organisms. Okay. So, when we say example, humans, they use the lungs. Earthworm, they uses their skin. Frog, they use the skin and legs. What about cockroach? They respire or they breathe through their spiracles. And what about fishes that lives in water? Gills. And they are taking dissolved oxygen. Okay. In the case of plants, they respire through stomata, which is a opening, which is a small opening in the leaf of plants. Okay. So they respire during the night time. They respire during the night time, and during daytime they in their body photosynthesis is taking place. What is photosynthesis? With the help of light energy, sunlight, they are preparing the food. So daytime in their body the process called photosynthesis is happening, whereas during night time respiration occurs. Okay, don't forget about that. Next characteristics of a living organism is respond to stimuli. So what is a stimuli? Stimuli means any change that occurs in our surrounding which makes response. Okay, which make response. So all living organisms respond to any change that occurs in the surrounding. So any living organism respond to any change that occurs in the surrounding, occurs in its surrounding. Okay. Example, in the case of plants, we can take mimosa as an example. Mimosa, that is touch me not plant. Okay. So when we touch this mimosa, what happens? It will fold its leaf. So it is a change. This touch is a change that makes response in the mimosa. What was the response? It start to fold or close its leaf. So touch is the change and the folding of its leaf is the response that made by this mimosa plant. Okay. And another examples. You have seen that plants growing towards the sunlight. So wherever they get the sunlight, the plants start to grow towards the sunlight. So here sunlight is the change, response what? Growth is the response. Okay, growth is the response. So all living organisms respond to a stimuli. Okay, so that is another example for characteristics of living organism. Next one is excretion. Next characteristics of living organism is excretion. So excretion simply means it is the get rid of waste materials from our body. Okay, so in the case of we know that we are eating food, right? But all the food items are not absorbed into the blood. The undigested food material should be passed from our body to outside. So it is done with the help of large intestine. So large intestine helps to remove the unabsorbed food or undigested food. Then liver. Liver is another organ which helps us to get rid of the waste from our body. Then skin. Sweat. Right, sweating. Sweating is a kind of removal of waste that is produced in our body. Then lungs. Then lungs, how they are helping? They are exhaling carbon dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide is the unwanted material that is present in our body. Unwanted means a waste material in our body. So it has to be removed. So it is removed through the lungs. Then kidney. We are urinating, right? That is, we are expelling or we are removing the unwanted waste or waste materials from our body through this urine. Okay, so these are the different organs which help us to get rid of the waste material. In the case of plants, plants are also giving out this carbon dioxide through the leaves opening. That I already told you, through the stomata they are removing the carbon dioxide. Sometimes they make some secretions. So through that they remove the unwanted materials from their body. Okay, so all living organism what they will excrete. Excretion means get rid of waste material from the body. Okay, from the body is known to be the excretion. It takes place in different ways. Okay, then next characteristics is reproduction. Next one is reproduction. So reproduction is an characteristics of living organism. Both the plants and animals, also the microorganism. What is microorganism? The small organism like bacteria, fungi, etc. These all are able to reproduce. What is reproduction? Producing young ones of their own kind. Right. So plants also reproduce, animals also reproduce, microorganisms also reproduce, and they adapt different methods for this reproduction. Okay. In the case of animals, some animals give birth to young ones. They give birth to young ones. Right. Sometimes some animals reproduce through the egg. Right. And in the case of plants, some plants are able to reproduce or produce their young ones through the seed. But some plants are not able to produce this seed. So how they will make their own kinds? through the vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? Any part of the plant, that can be a stem, that can be a root, that can be a leaf, right? So any part of the plant is taken to produce a new individual, then that process is called vegetative propagation. These are called vegetative part. Okay, so all living organism reproduce. Okay, then the last one is movement. Last one is movement. So all living organism move, right? They make movements. Plants as well as animals as well as microorganisms make movements. So all living organisms make movement. So what are the characteristics of living organism? Movement, then grow, then need food, then respond, then reproduce, then excrete, then grow, need food, excretion, respond to stimuli, reproduce, respiration. Right. So these all are the characteristics of living organisms. Okay. So we will discuss about the habitat in the next class.